Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Like,
What would you like to be called today?
okay, you can call me Rod.
Rod. Okay. Right, if you're ready, it's a warm welcome to the Wellcoin Talk spaces today, everybody. I'm Glenn, your host. Today we have joining us KaiChain. Here to speak about the project is Rod. We'll be talking about KaiChain shortly, but before we start, Rod, tell us about yourself and how you got involved in the crypto industry.
Okay, I'm Rod. I'm the founder of the KaiChain project. I've been into crypto for like 6 years. I was a trader before, and then decided to join a another project before, and then right now we built a new project called KaiChain project. And yeah, if you're okay, I will start explaining our project.
Sure, Rod. Yeah, give us an introduction to the KaiChain.
Okay. KaiChain is a new blockchain that utilizes a different consensus called POA. I'm sure some of you are aware of that. POA has a few advantages over other consensus. It's actually faster and safer than other consensus. Our blockchain was already deployed last year. It's already out there, and anyone can actually try it out. It was tested thoroughly on last year, the whole month of May 2022, and then deployed the same year after a month in June. And then since then, our blockchain was being checked by blockchain monitoring tool every 24 hours to make sure all nodes are good and working. This is different from other blockchains that use a POS consensus because they don't have that. Um, if there are developers here, I would like to invite you to deploy your smart contracts on our blockchain. Our blockchain is EVM compatible, so if you have already deployed your smart contract on Binance, then you can just deploy your smart contract on our blockchain straight away. No need to change any syntax or line of codes because it's EVM compatible. Just leave everything as it is and just deploy it in the same way you deploy your smart contract. Our goal is actually not to compete with other big blockchains. Rather, we are offering an alternative to ease the stress of the current blockchains during peak times when there's so much volume of transactions going on. Um, if you remember last 2017 when there's a major bull happened and then followed by a major crash, if you remember that, then 2021 started another major bull followed by a crash at the end of second quarter. Then again, a major upward trend on the third quarter, followed by a major crash on 2022. During those times, there are two major things that are very, very obvious and notable. First, validation times. Transactions took minutes to hours, on even on isolated cases, days to be validated on ETH network. Sometimes transactions are even failing. All other blockchains are having difficulty with the demand, and most of the blockchains were clogged. Second, expensive gas fees. Gas fees on any blockchain went like 3 times to 50 times, depending on blockchain and what kind of transaction you are doing. If you are minting an NFT during those peak times, then you will be paying the most. So these two things gave us the opportunity to create another platform or a blockchain that will offer another avenue to run their smart contracts. KaiChain is all about speed, low gas fee, environment-friendly transactions, and compatibility. Security is also our priority. That's the reason why we chose POA, because POA has better safeguard against two major blockchain attacks. First, the DOS attack. Second, the 51% attack. Last 2021, Solana blockchain went down because of this DDoS attack. Our blockchain can defend itself against this attack. Um, our project also is not backed up by any major investor. We don't have any funding from any VC nor non-organization. This is purely community funded project. So if you join early, then you will have the chance of getting the best ROI. Of course, ROI is not guaranteed in a free market. However, the risk is so much low if you compare if you compare it to the possible reward. Being a VC funded project is good, but that VC will take most of the profit in the long run. Our project was developed and finished using our own funds. This alone proves our sincerity and dedication to the project. If you check the top projects on CoinMarketCap, say top 50, what can you notice? Most of them are blockchain projects. Um, there are very few token projects like Uni or ApeCoin, and the rest are actually stable coins. Right now, we already partnered with some of the projects and auditing security project, a game, NFT mining project, and other projects we believe will be doing good too in the long run. So we haven't launched yet. We are still on private sale. Our private sale stage one just concluded a few days ago, and stage two just started. So yeah, that's the history of our project. Yeah, back to you.
Okay, thank you for the introduction, Rod. And you were mentioning you're going to have a lot more transactions per second. I think it's 100,000 that you can cope with on the KaiChain compared to other chains.
Yes, that was based on our stress test we did last May, and to be honest, we did that stress test, and the efficiency of our blockchain reached only about 80 to 83%. That means it can even scale up higher, so it can reach more than what we said, 100,000 transactions per second.
Okay, great. And you're going to have the car eCoin as well. What sort of utilities are attached to that, and will that be used on the KaiChain?
That KEC or the KaiChain is our native coin. Since we are a blockchain, of course, we will be having this native coin. And this KaiChain or KEC will power every transactions in our blockchain and our upcoming dApps. We are actually developing dApps on top of this blockchain.
I see. And what's the tokenomics breakdown of the car eCoin and the utilities attached?
Tokenomics, our 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 coin doesn't have smart contract, so it's not a token, but our coin is fixed to 1 billion. But we are thinking of actually burning probably up to 50% to reduce the supply. It's fixed anyway. It's fixed. It's not like it where there's infinite supply of coins. And like I said, this coin will be the main medium of transactions in all our dApps that we will be releasing probably this year and up to. We have like two years project plan, and we will be releasing a few dApps and even do bigger projects next year on top of this blockchain.
Okay, I see, Rod. And do you have like educational resources for developers and new crypto investors for the KaiChain?
We already planned that. We will be releasing more documents and references or guides. Um, right now, we are doing a lot of things and improving our explorers, even our testnet explorers, and injecting something on on our codes to make it easier for any users to check on something. We will be adding more information on our explorers in the coming days, and yeah, we will be educating everyone about our blockchain, not only on our blockchain but blockchain in general.
Okay, great, Rod. Are you planning a governance token in the future as well attached to the KaiChain?
Yeah, that's one of our plans.
Okay, great. And I think you're planning as well a decentralized exchange in the future.
We have a dApp called KaiDex. The front end is already done. The design is already done. We are already on the back end of the of the DEX, and we might release that before we officially launch. So we will be testing that probably next month. Yeah, so that's the first big dApp that we will be releasing. You know, our project is already finished. Our because our project is a blockchain, but the dApps that we will be creating is actually can be considered as a another project aside from this blockchain. But we are trying to give everything to the community, so they won't be looking for another thing. So every tools that they might need and every tools that we think they will need, we are trying to develop them one by one.
Okay, I see, Rod. And how can investors get involved? You mentioned the first private sale. How did that go? You're going to go to a second private sale shortly, and how do investors get involved?
You can go to our website KaiChain.net, and there's a link there, private sale. Just click that button, and it's important to note that private sale buyers will not receive their coins 100% right away. It will be vested on 6 months. So here's what we are doing after the private sale stage. 2 days after that, we will distribute the 1/6 of the coins that they have bought, and then after a month, they will receive parts again until they will get all 100% in expanse of 6 months. And also, I just want to add that every buyer that will buy at least, there's no minimum and maximum, by the way. Every buyer that will buy at least 100 worth of coins, they will get an NFT miner from our partner worth $200 after. So if you buy 100, you get free NFT worth 200. Um, our bonus is from GetFit NFT miner. I'm not sure if GetFit is here.
Yeah, I had them up as a speaker before, but they're back as a listener now. But I've sent a request for them to speak, but they've not been replying yet, I think. Get fit.
Okay, NFT miners move to earn NFT, and the good thing about NFT miner is that you will be mining from two blockchains, from Binance as well as KaiChain. I believe we are minting a lot of NFTs on our blockchain. In the coming days, it will reach like 50,000 NFTs more and even more. And I tested the gas fees, compare it to other blockchains. Our gas fee in KaiChain blockchain is really very, how do you call this one? It's almost free. And after a private sale stage one, we sent out coins to hundreds of wallets. Okay, and I checked the gas fee. I paid like $0.02. That's all. Now I tried sending 0.0018 to the same number of wallets. I was paying like 800 up to $2,000. I tried it 3 times in 3 different times, and then I tried it on Binance. I was paying like 50 to 250. So just comparing the gas fees, our blockchain is really very cost effective, and it's really fast, really. Because we are using a POA, the block time is almost fixed. The intervals are all the same throughout. The it never changed. Like it's like 3 seconds up to 3.1. It's fixed to that time. So every 3 seconds there's a block validated. But in POS, that time is really changing. So yeah, there's a big difference between the two consensus.
Okay, great, Rod. I've got Get Fit Mining up as a speaker now. I don't know if they wanted to discuss the NFT miner details.
Okay, please.
Good morning from Arizona. How's everybody today?
Good. Good morning, Get Fit Mining.
Good morning. Yeah, we're really excited too to have integrated to the KaiChain, and I can also confirm that the mining fees they don't even register as a penny when you're doing a transaction. In fact, way below a penny. So that's exciting. And of course, to have the speed there as well for the transactions. Um, with GitFit mining, we use what we call proof of physical activity. Proof of exercise, which is exchange for cryptocurrency rewards. So our approach, it differs from traditional mining. We're promoting a healthy lifestyle while allowing users to earn cryptocurrency. So the more physical activity a person does, the more data that's being generated, and the more rewards that they can earn by promoting a healthy lifestyle. Our fitness data, we're using the fitness tracker that's used on a wearable band or through their device, their phone. And we include all activities. So we include steps, um, distance, their workouts, their calories that are being burned, as well as their sleep. This way, we're promoting a wide variety, excuse me, of activities, not just walking outside, running, jogging, steps. So our proof of physical activity algorithm, we use the fitness data that's generated by users to validate and verify their physical activity. This verification process generates hashes that are used to mine cryptocurrency and tokens. So, like I said, the more physical activity a user engages in, the more hashes they can generate, the more tokens that they can mine. And by including all activities, we are able to engage with a wider user base. Not everybody has the same health abilities. Not everybody's got, and a lot of people are starting at a lower level of physical activity, and I can attest to that myself. Um, I know when I first got started with my physical activity, it was at a much lower level than what it is today, 4 months later from the time that we started allowing the mining. We're also a multi chain, so we're on the Binance Smart Chain, we're on the KaiChain, and we can incorporate most blockchains. And this is important because we also have unique to our application our airdrop engine. So we engage with multiple projects. Once we've vetted them and we find that they're a good fit for our application, and they airdrop their tokens, and all of our user base are able to now be rewarded for their physical activity, multiple projects in the crypto space, or multiple tokens in the crypto space. And this is good because it allows them to expand their portfolio. And we all know that when you're in the crypto space, building that peer-to-peer community, that engaged community, that is the biggest challenge. And so when we engage with multiple projects, we're collaborating together, and we're allowing projects basically to share each other's communities, because once a project is airdropping to the user base, then all of our user base is getting their tokens. The next project is also doing the same thing. So as new users are coming in, all of the projects are able to share their information and get the engaged users to interact with their projects. We give them, a platform we promote them on. We list their project, we list their contract addresses, and we give them a banner basically right on the home page of our application. We're on the Play Store, the Apple Play Store. We're in the Google Play Store or App Stores. We have many features. Of course, we use the NFTs. We're the first project that has the algorithmic interactive 3D NFTs. We don't have a breed feature, but we do have a merging feature. This way, people can upgrade their miners from a primary band that mines at 100% to an ultra that mines at 125% to the alpha that mines at 150% to the omega, which is our highest level miner, which starts out at 200% and can reach as high as 1,000% efficiency. Of course, I said we're multi chain. We allow multi NFT mining We have our leasing and loan feature. So this allows our users who have multiple NFTs to allow another person who does not have them to stake to them, and now their activity is mining on their NFT, and they're able to share the rewards. We have our challenges, which are global, individual, or group, and then, of course, our gamification, which people are working through the arenas to reach the Hall of Fame. So it's a very complex and in depth app, but many months of designing it and putting it together before it actually hit the coding stages. We're completely independent of any third app systems, and we're really excited about working with KaiChain.
Okay, thank you very much for the explanation there, GetFit Mining. So what's the partnership with KaiChain? And we've gone across there a $200 free NFT. So what's the sort of business model from GetFit Mining? Are you looking to subscribe people that get these free NFTs into your business model for profits?
Okay, so with the KaiChain, he has a partnership contract with us, and he has a promo code that he shares with the users that are purchasing the KEC coin through his private sale. And this is giving them the level 2 miner, the Ultra Band, that mines at 125%. So once they download the app, they can activate the NFT, which is the band, and it allows them to begin mining once they stake it and receive 125% mining efficiency. So that's exclusive to Rod and the KaiChain pre-sale. And we have all the information. Our light paper is also up on our website. So people that want to get the real in-depth information on exactly what Get Fit Mining is and how each one of these bands work, I always encourage everybody to read that light paper. It gives all the step-by-steps of what's actually involved here. But that's what the partnership. I didn't get that. Could you try again? That's what the promoship partnership is with Rod.
Okay, thank you very much, GetFit Mining. So let's go back to Rod. What other partnerships have you been building around KaiChain?
Pardon, please?
Hi, Rod. Yeah, I was just asking what other partnerships you've been building in the crypto space with KaiChain.
We have partnered with one game, and then X Studio is also building an NFT marketplace on our blockchain, and there are other. We are also in talk with other token projects. Glow also is will be deploying on our blockchain, and there are others. We are actually finalizing other partnerships as well. So we will be releasing them one by one once the partnership and MOU is signed.
Okay, I see, Rod. What's the marketing plans going forward? Say, for the rest of 2023, how are you going to promote the KaiChain and the Kai coin?
We are focused on two things to increase our presence and also develop more dApps. We are more on development because that's what our community is actually asking. When it comes to promotions, we are talking with marketing partners and as well as promoters. Right now, just today, I talked with 5 promoters. So we we will be doing several promotions in the coming days. But for this year, we are focused like 60% of our focus is on development. 20% is on promotions and marketing, and then another 20% will be for partnership. And I was asked here several times, and I got this personal DM again to answer this question. Um, is it okay for you to answer this question thrown to me? Why POA is safer than POS? Give me a few minutes to just answer this one. I already explained this one for POS, or let's just say for POA. the two main attacks on blockchain doesn't happen. Uh, uh, for example, the DOS attack. How does DDoS attack happen? An attacker sends a large number of transactions and blocks to a targeted network node in an attempt to disrupt or stop its operation. That's what happened to Solana. Now, in POA mechanism, it's impossible to defend. It's impossible for this to happen because network nodes are pre-authenticated. Block generation rights can be granted only to nodes that can withstand DOS attacks. Okay. The second one is if a particular node, I mean our blockchain node, is unavailable for a certain period, it can be excluded from the list of validating nodes. Now, the second one is 51% attack. In POA consensus, the 51% attack requires an attacker to obtain control over 51% of network nodes. This is different from 51% attack for the proof of work or proof of stake, where an attacker needs to obtain 51% of network's computational power. Obtaining control of the nodes in a permission blockchain like KaiChain is much harder than obtaining computational power. So it doesn't happen. Now, consider this one in in POS. Consider the blocks be like cars. Before they get validated, there's a stoplight, and then the car will wait for the stoplight to turn green, and then they can go. That means there's already a validator. Now, that time, the waiting time is the time the attacker needs to attack the network. They can just penetrate uh, the transactions. In POA, there's no stoplight. Okay, the car just go through because before the car reaches that stoplight, there's already a validator. Okay, so the car doesn't stop; they just go through. That's why these two attacks on blockchain doesn't happen on POA. Okay, I don't know if some of you will also ask, so I just answered it because this question is always asked to me. Thank you.
Okay, that's great, Rod. Yeah, you had a question there. Let's open up the spaces to questions as well. We've got hands up here. Let's see, we've got Aisha. You had a question for Rod at KaiChain. KaiChain, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So, according to your white paper, validators in your network must have a record of trustworthiness, high moral standards, and no criminal history. How will you ensure that validators meet these criteria, and what measures will you take to verify their identities and conduct background checks?
I'm not sure if we put that criminal records. I don't think so. But in POA, if you want to be a validator, you have to apply. Now that authority, proof of authority, doesn't is not related to the person. It's related to his node. It's not on the criminal records of the person or whatever his background is. uh, the authority is given to the validator nodes, not to the person. So if you're, for example, if you applied for a to be a validator and you provided a server, it's running well and it doesn't go down. That means it's working 24 hours and 7 days a week, 365 days. That means your authority is higher than others. So you will have a better chance to validate a transaction. That's how POA works. It depends on your node on your server, not to the person that applied.
Okay, and from which region or country are you selecting validators?
Um, right now, since we haven't launched yet, we have few validators. But before we launch, when we really start everything, we will be inviting about between 20 to 25 from different countries because we want to go away with being centralized. Binance is only like less than 25 validators. So I think that number is good enough to validate every transaction since our blockchain is anyway fast. So yeah, to answer your question, we are looking for validators later from different parts of the world, not concentrated on some small area of probably only in Asia. No, we want everywhere.
Understood. And at the moment, how many total validators you have?
Since we started with two. We are adding probably two more. Not us, but there are already two applicants, and we are trying to consider them. But we will try to limit the number of applicants. Like I said, we will just limit it up to 25 maximum. Yeah.
All right. And in your white paper, you state that validated candidates must be willing to invest money and stake their reputation. However, as proof of authority does not require validators to stake tokens, I'm curious to know what kind of investment validators are expected to make in KaiChain.
We are not asking for any investment from validators because you can be a validator on our blockchain without buying KEC, without holding KEC. Um, it doesn't matter if you are a holder or not, as long as you provide us a good running server. If you are running your own server, good, but we prefer cloud mining server because cloud servers performs better than any physical computers.
Okay. And have you developed an SDK that allows developers to build on KaiChain?
SDK. Um, our blockchain is EVM compatible, so any smart contracts deployed on Binance or ETH or Phantom or Harmony, even Solana already deployed the EVM compatible blockchain. They can just deploy it on our blockchain. So there's no need for any other tool.
Okay. And what are the requirements for software and hardware for nodes for running nodes validated node server?
Um, right now, we are not yet inviting, but like I said, there are already two applicants, and what we require only is server, cloud server. But anyway, we will be releasing documents on how to be a validator in the coming days. Um, I cannot tell everything right now, so uh, you will have something to look forward to in the future from us.
Okay, understood. Okay, last question for me. I've read on your Medium page that X Studio will be building their projects on KaiChain. Can you tell us which other projects are being built on KaiChain? And do you have any NFT and gaming projects as well? And tell us more about X Studio.
X Studio is a I should have invited X Studio here. They have a lot of artists. Um, uh, it's like they build this marketplace, NFT marketplace. Now their NFTs I think are on it, and they are moving, not actually moving, but they are also deploying their NFTs on our blockchain. And for gaming, we have this Crypto Mayhem game. They have this high graphic game. It's good. There are other tokens that I like Glow and the like multi-chain also. I will release more partnerships in the future. I cannot tell because we haven't signed anything yet. It's just a word of mouth, and we just talk and agreed. It's not yet on paper, so uh, we will be releasing partnerships once it's already signed.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you so much for answering all my questions.
Thank you.
Thanks for the questions, Aisha. Let's move to Captain Levi. You had a question for the KaiChain.
Yes, thanks, Glenn. Okay, so the first thing I saw on your website is the fact that you made mention of the fact that the GameFi actually stresses the load on even the most advanced blockchain ecosystems, and this is actually true. And you actually made mention of the fact that KaiChain will help sustain these loads. My first question is that one of the ways that the blockchain loads can actually be assisted is by providing scaling solutions. And one of the scaling solutions that I usually think about includes side chains, state channels, and side chains are like separate blockchains that are connected to the main blockchain. So, are you guys bringing these innovative scaling solutions to the blockchain industry in order to reduce these problems?
No, we don't need side chains because our blockchain is highly scalable already. Um, Highly scalable in a way that when there's a high demand of transactions, uh, our blockchain will do something internally. Um, okay, anyway, I will mention it. The transaction speed depends on like block size. Okay, if there's a huge transactions going on in a blockchain, our blockchain will compress some sizes. It doesn't need side chains. That way, more transactions will fit in one block. Okay, so and our blocks are validated on a on a regular interval, 3 seconds. So more transactions are validated. So that means or that relates to fast transaction speed. So to answer your question, yes, we don't need side chains for our blockchain because our blockchain is already highly scalable.
That's awesome, and that's actually great to hear. Okay, so the next thing that caught my attention is a statement on your white paper where you said that developers can issue new tokens to digitize assets. How will these developers be providing liquidity? Do they have to provide liquidity from their own pockets, to ensure that these tokens actually are valuable in a way? Or how would you ensure that these new tokens actually have value attached to them?
Okay, when you say liquidity, it's a pair of two tokens. Um, in order for your coin or token to have a value, it must be traded, right? It cannot be traded without liquidity. Now, to answer your question, how is liquidity provided? Um, it must be bridged to our blockchain, and now we are already in talk with two platforms that will provide our bridge. But actually, we are also developing a bridge. However, we are thinking of developing our own or just let these two partners of ours do it for us. If you want to build or trade your token to have a value, first you have to create liquidity. How will you do that? It's either you pair your token to our coin or pair it to USDT or BUSD. Now, this USDT or BUSD must be bridged to our blockchain, and that's that's how you will create liquidity. And we will provide you the platform on how to create liquidity. It's like it has the same function with PancakeSwap. If you know how to create liquidity on PancakeSwap, and then surely you will know how to create liquidity on our blockchain.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up. I was actually, I had some thoughts considering that, but the way you explained it actually, clarifies the solution. You guys actually also said that you just made mention of the fact that your blockchain will actually be able to scale up to whatever tax that is thrown at it. Some countries are actually implementing blockchain solutions to solve real world problems. If is CoinChain actually, applying or sending out requests to countries and organizations requesting to provide blockchain solutions to their problems?
Um, that is already actually outside of our scope because that should be done by another project. If you are, for example, if you are doing a finance project and you want to do a finance on this country, you will open it on, for example, in Asia, around Asia. Let's just say Korea. You need a regulation, and you have to apply to Korean government in order for that to get approved. Um, but if you are referring to a decentralized platforms only, then there's no need to do that and just do your project. There are many decentralized platforms like PancakeSwap, the Uniswap. It depends on what kind of project is done. So it's either it will be governed by laws or not. Yeah. So to answer your question, it's not the scope of our project right now.
I understand, and I really appreciate your transparency. My next question still circles back to your scaling abilities. Scaling actually does increase the amount of throughput in a sense, but there's also a drawback, and that drawback usually is the response time. How is KoiChain actually mitigating this drawback? Because you made mention of the 3 second is it 3 second throughput? So how is KoiChain actually mitigating this particular drawback so that it isn't really a detrimental problem to the KoiChain ecosystem?
That's one advantage of a POA consensus because in POA the block time is fixed, so it will be the same whatever happens. So we don't need to mitigate anything. That part is already solved by our blockchain.
All right. So are there plans to make other aspects of the KoiChain ecosystem better? Is there any feedback you have gotten from test users?
Right now we didn't receive any feedback yet. If you are referring to negative feedback, we just get some positive feedbacks, but um, as of this hour, we don't get any negative feedback yet. But we are open for scrutiny or yeah or any feedback, good or bad. It doesn't matter.
All right, that's really great to hear. This is my final question. The next thing that caught my attention is the fact that the developers actually have the ability to build D apps and wallets. So, assuming I am a developer now and I'm done building my D app, what process do I have to pass through before this D app is actually established that this one isn't going to be causing problems to the coin ecosystem in the future? What do I have to keep in mind before I can present to the coin ecosystem?
If you are doing a dApps, front end is yours, but we will be dealing with your smart contracts. So first thing to note is you should make your smart contract safe. It should be audited, or we will audit it ourselves, because most of the hacking happens on smart contracts, not blockchain. Okay, that's why you have to make sure that your smart contracts are really safe. And if you are, this is what I'm telling our partners. If you will be doing bridge, I have a suggestion. This is a new technology. It's not yet done. If you can hear this one, if you are a developer, try to create this one. Uh, most hacks happen on bridges. Why? Because you are bridging two open smart contracts. What if we can make a way to close two smart contracts and bridge them? There's no way for any hacker to penetrate it. That's a new technology, and I heard that from someone, and it makes sense. So we are trying to explore that idea also. If since you are a developer, why not try that idea? And it's new. It's not yet happened. It has never been done yet. So you will be the first one to create a bridge and close two smart contracts.
That's awesome. I'll definitely keep that in mind. I really appreciate the detailed answers you give to my questions. I'm wishing you guys the very best, and I hope that the kite chain stays bullish moonward. Thanks, Glenn. Over to you, Glenn.
Okay, thank you for the questions, Captain Levi. We've got Ramat next. You had a question for Rod at KaiChain. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. I have a question. So I can see that there are several in-house apps which are developed by your own team on your website, like KaiDex, Bridge, KaiAudit, KaiLabs. Could you please provide me the information regarding which of these apps are currently available online and which are still in the development stage?
We have the multi-sender. It's already functioning. We already use it actually to distribute the KEC coins to our private sale stage one buyers. KaiDex is already like 80% done, and Kai Bridge, the front end is already done. Kai Launch, um, we haven't started yet. Kai Labs, we haven't started that yet. Multisig wallet, front end is already done, and Kai Pay is a big project because it will be like a Binance Pay, and we have to interact with other third party wallet integration project, and we are studying about what laws will be governing this on particular countries or areas anywhere, and we are looking for like an accountant to learn more about these laws for Kaipei. So this Kaipei will move probably next year, not this year. We can't finish everything. So yeah, to give you a summary of everything, all the dApps that you can see on our website, we are like 30% to we are yeah, I can say 30% when it comes to completion.
Okay, and KaiPay will also include maybe debit card for the users?
Yes, definitely. We are looking to that debit card and P2P transactions. Of course, we will implement probably a KYC when it comes to P2P transactions, and that escrow service also to make sure buyer and seller are both safe.
All right. Okay, can you tell me about the support and assistance that you offer to the teams who are developing projects on KaiChain? And additionally, I would like to know if you have any grant program available.
It's a function of Kai Labs that we are building um, for um, for developers who will be joining on our blockchain. Um, we are just starting, so we don't have that capability yet. But once we are already established and form already these Kai Labs, we will give incentives to projects that will deploy on our blockchain. It may be in the form of other stable coins or our native coin. That means we will give out incentives in the form of KECs. You will get coins, or let's just say 5,000 USDT or 10,000 USDT, and we will help you market your own project, because if you succeed, partly your success will be delivered also to us. We will also be successful. So more projects deployed on our blockchain, the better for us.
Okay, understood. Okay, according to your white paper, KaiChain has the capability to handle over 100,000 transactions per second. So I was thinking that have you obtained this number of transactions on your mainnet, and don't you think that this high throughput can compromise the security and sustainability of the network similar to Solana?
Um, like I said, it was a stress test last year, May, the whole month of May. We keep on stressing our blockchain, and it reached the efficiency of, to be exact, like 82 point something percent, and the transaction reached a little over 100,000 transactions per second. That means it can even go higher than 100,000 transactions per second. Now, to answer your second question about security, that's the reason why we chose POA over POS. And I explained already the two main attacks that usually happens to blockchain. Our blockchain has a better safeguard against those two main attacks: the DDoS attack that happened to Solana and the 51% attack.
Okay, got it. And what is the KaiChain average transaction finality time?
Finality time, you mean the block time?
Uh, the finality time, the
Yes,
average.
yes. It has a fixed interval of 3 seconds up to 3.1 seconds.
Okay, okay. So I was just thinking that what measures have you set in place to prevent the congestion on your Kai blockchain, and what will be the average gas fee during the congestion?
Okay. During congestion, I think with our speed, it's very difficult to be congested. I'm not sure. Just to give you numbers, okay, how these TPS or transactions per second of our blockchain compared to other blockchains. Let me give you some numbers. Wait. Okay, our blockchain has about 100,000 transactions per second. Compare that to ETH. I'm not sure if you are aware of the transactions per second of ETH. It ranges only from 15 to 25 transactions per second. Okay, the maximum speed it was able to reach is like 28. It didn't even reach 30. For Binance, it's about average 160. For Ripple, 1,500. For Solana is the fastest now, 65,000. Um, for Polygon, I think 7,000 up to 8,000, maximum 10,000. For Tron, 2,000. Avalanche, 5,000. What else? Monero, 1,000. Near 3,000. So if you check those transactions per second, I'm not sure if our blockchain can be clogged. Okay, because we have this very fast transactions per second, and when it comes to gas, I already explained also, and based on experience, it's it's very I don't know, it's almost free. Let's just say it's almost free, even if you mint a NFT. Minting NFT is very expensive because it requires high computational power compared to just transferring tokens, and we are Jetfit can actually talk more about this one. They are minting NFTs on our blockchain, and the cost is even, I don't know. Let's just say it's free, because it's like 0.000 something dollars, and I sent KECs or coins to several wallets in one single transaction using a multi-sender. I paid like $0.02, and I told you I tried testing that to ETH. It's more than 1,000 times the gas price. In Binance, the same, more than 100 or 1,000 times the gas price. So when it comes to gas fee, our blockchain is really very um, cost efficient.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for answering. Over to you, Glenn.
Thanks for the questions, Raman. Let's do a recap, Rod. Lots of people join the spaces in the middle of these spaces, so yeah, if you can do a recap on KaiChain, that'd be great.
Okay, KaiChain is a new blockchain. It's using a POA consensus. Okay, POA consensus has a better safeguard against two main attacks on blockchain: the DDoS attack and the 51% attack. And blockchain is all about speed. It's all about low gas fee. It's environment friendly, no carbon footprint for every transactions. It's EVM compatible. Now, when we were doing this blockchain, we are thinking of doing uh, a different computational machine. However, when during our research, we found out that 90% of smart contracts use EVM compatible computational machine. So that means if we will maintain our blockchain to be EVM compatible, then those 90% of all the smart contracts can be deployed readily to our blockchain. So we try to maintain our blockchain to be EVM compatible. That's a huge advantage. Um, the the top blockchains, most of them are also EVM compatible. If you are a developer and you already have a smart contract deployed on Binance, you deploy that on EOS, you will have a problem. You deploy that on Cardano, you will have a problem. Why? You need to change some of the codes, and you need to add, subtract, or remove some of the codes. There's a learning curve, but for our blockchain, no, just get your smart contract deployed on our blockchain as long as your smart contract is deployed on other EVM compatible blockchains. So that's a huge plus. And on top of this blockchain, we are developing dApps that will be released throughout this year. And next year, we will do other projects, big projects like games and KaiPay. And we will be looking for problems on AI applications that we will be trying to solve or give solution through blockchain. I'm inviting you to our blockchain, and our private sale stage 2 has just opened. You are free to buy our coins. This is your opportunity to join a blockchain from day one. Okay, from day one. If you join, you know what? If you join Binance from day one, your $1 invested is now $2,500. If you join, let's just say ETH from day one or from the first price that is listed, your $1 is almost like 3,000. I'm not saying that if you join here you will have like that ROI. No, of course ROI is not guaranteed, but the reward is very promising. The risk is always there, but the reward is very promising compared to the risk. So yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Rod. It's been great speaking to you about the KaiChain today. As we say, Welcome to What Spaces is for education and research. We recommend you check out the KaiChain website, white paper, and if anyone's got any more questions, we've got the official logo and Twitter account here of KaiChain. If you head over there, I think there's a link there for the website, and you can get to the socials and ask the team anything you'd like after the spaces today. It's been great speaking, Rod, and I wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. Nice to meet you all here.